Hey, what's up, team? We're here for chest, triceps, and a little bit of core work. We've got 3 supersets. For this workout, you can get by with dumbbells only. I do have a sand ball. If you don't have a med ball, sand ball, something to that effect, then you can use dumbbells only. I'll be using my bench for chest pressing, chest fly, and tricep dips today. So I'm going to get a little bit farther away from my wall and keep it nice and flat. So with my dumbbell selection, I've got 30s, 20s, 15s, and I do have some 10s, 8s, and 5s for when we get into tricep work and chest fly as well. So I'm gonna get my music going and we'll get this party started. But if you need to take a longer warm-up or a warm-up in general, I am fresh off of the bike for 5 minutes and did some chest opening warm-up exercises. So feel free to pause this and finish that stretching, and then when you are ready, let's jump in. Alright, cool. Here we go. Check that connection. Sweet. Alright. We're going to kick it off with our chest pressing. So, grab your normal chest press weight, and we've got 8 to 12 reps. So, what I normally do is start with like a lighter weight, and then I realized, why am I doing that? If I'm going to do a warm-up set, that's not going to count. So I'm just going to jump in with my regular chest press weight. If you are on a bench press, make sure you're doing it in a safe way. Grab a spotter, especially if you're using weights on your bar that you haven't worked with yet. Just make sure with bench pressing you are safe. Drive those heels into the ground, arch that back, shoulders down. Be conscious of the path in which your dumbbells are traveling. We don't have push-ups today, which is a gift, which means I want you taking advantage of the full range of motion in your chest pressing. The benefit of using a bench, our next move is side plank extensions, 10 each side. So the benefit of using a bench for your chest pressing is so that you can increase your range of motion better than you would from the ground. Nothing wrong with floor presses, but that's more for beginners. Switch it up. Yo, I love these side extensions. Very, very, very underrated exercise right here. Good. Try to ignore all of my fuzzies all over my black leggings. Somebody threw a white blanket in the wash with everything. And by someone, I mean my husband. So, okay. Set number 2. Now, remember, you're always looking for the next challenge in getting you close to failure. So if your first set was not challenging enough and you hit 12 reps, let's think about how you can bump up your weights, or you could even tie a resistance band to the bench, give you some extra resistance there. How can you increase your range of motion, maintain quality form, good technique, all the things. Where's your tempo? Where's your speed? Where's the path in which your dumbbells are traveling? Is one side drifted far away? Are you in sync? Yes, there's some spicy adductor work. Glutes are working too. So if you're working on rebuilding your core after baby, I don't care if your baby's 7 months, 7 or 17, it's never too late to rebuild your core, and the best way to do that, stabilizers, plank work, side plank work, all of the stabilization, even standing core. Oh, so good. Set number 3, hardest set of every workout is coming. Sets 1 and 2 are cute. You're like, okay. All right, yeah, I did it. You're like, yeah, I did it again. Set number 3 is like bullshit. You're like, I gotta do this one more time. But I will say, if you're not occasionally picking up that scary weight for certain exercises, chest presses, squats, RDLs, hip thrusts, bent over rows, main compounds, if at 0 point you're not walking up to a bar or dumbbells, not knowing if you can lift those weights and finish the number of reps and sets, you're doing yourself a major disservice. You have to have those moments. If you're just picking up weights you know you can lift, that's no longer a challenge. So you gotta pick up those scary weights on occasion, even if you're failing before your prescribed reps. That's still a win. If your failure becomes your win system, then you are going to be so much stronger and unstoppable. Last set, best set. go. Last set, best set. Oh, so good. Whew. Take a breather. Shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water. Moving on to superset number 2, which is chest fly. Yeah, chest fly, tricep kickbacks. We love both of these. 8 to 12 reps. We got our bench for chest fly. If you're at the gym and you prefer standing cable chest fly, that means dual cables here, working to close that chest in and then slowly release. So you're not letting gravity do its thing, because that's how you rip a shoulder out of the socket. Same thing with dumbbell chest fly. You need to be in control on that eccentric. Okay, so if you are going heavier today, slightly heavier, you don't need to go too heavy for chest fly, but make sure the majority of that control is in the eccentric, and you're creating that stopping point. You're still getting to the deepest point of the exercise, but you don't want to just let the weights take you to either side. That's awkward and uncomfortable. I'm going to start with 10s. I'll probably upgrade to the 15 at some point. Find your deepest point first, and you can do that with or without weights. Where's your tempo? Where's your timing? Standing, kneeling, however you want to take on your kickbacks. I like a standing hinge. In my hinge, I'm drawing my core in, keeping my shoulders down and back, keeping my gaze down 2 to 3 feet in front of those toes. So you're not here and you're not all the way down here. All right, 8 to 10 reps. Take a second and assess how those 8 to 10 reps feel. Where can you elevate, increase volume, increase intensity? Is it weight? Is it reps? Is it both? Because nothing about what you do in here should be easy. If something's easy, that's great news. That means you got stronger. That means a weight that you used before is now easy for you, but it's not supposed to stay easy. You're stronger now, and you're supposed to keep growing. So if you're not making those changes on your own, nobody's going to knock on your door and do it for you. That's 100% on you. So if you're not developing visible muscle, You're either not getting enough protein, overall calories, you're not effectively training till failure and challenging yourself in weight selection, or a combination of all three of those things. We love that control. We love that tempo. Okay, good. Last set. In yesterday's workout, I talked about the importance of, in your main lifts, your compound movements, chest presses, squats, RDLs, overhead presses, pull-ups or bent over rows. These are the moves that, like, if you're not just barely making it through your last couple reps, like ugly face, barely able to finish the last rep, that's where you're hurting yourself, right? Because flying through your reps and sets and checking off a box is not the point. It's not the point. This is creating like a radical change in physiology. And to choose discomfort, like, you know it's going to be discomfort, you're choosing that, that's like a priceless process to go through every day. Just doing that physically, that alone proves to you you can go through that discomfort with anything and everything in your life, your business, your relationships. You can have that difficult conversation. You can take that course. You can start that business. You're priming your body and your mind to deal with discomfort and choose it anyway. Such a small percentage of people actually do this and achieve it on a regular basis. Most people try to bypass it, try to ignore it, try to avoid it, because we're constantly seeking pleasure or avoiding pain as humans. So successful people are not successful because they're happy all the time and nothing bad happens to them. They just know that they are equipped to handle resistance when it comes up, to handle that challenge, to handle that setback. It's not about being lucky. It's not about having more access to people. It's not about somebody doing something special that you're not. It's about knowing you can handle some resistance. Good, way to break through it. Way to get that shit done. Third set, it's always booty every single time. We've got weighted pass-offs and we've got tricep dips. This is our last superset, 3 rounds. We've got 15 of these. Like I said, you could use a dumbbell instead, or a plate, depending on the plates that you've got. We're essentially coming back, pulling forward, and I'm using my upper chest in this move. My upper chest and core is working to pull the weight of that ball forward. I come back without the ball. I grab the ball and I just keep passing. 15 pass offs. Each time your hands come back, that's a rep. So I'm on 6, this is 7, here's 8. Five more. I know that upper chest is dead, right? Oh, tricep dips. I was gonna find the flat part of my bench for these. Add a dumbbell, add a plate. If your straight leg tricep dips are too easy. 8 to 12. Yeah, my triceps are on fire. Give a quick shake out. Quick shake out. By the way, no matter how hard you work your triceps, like everybody has a little bit of this. Like when you wave, okay, how much you develop this muscle. This is normal. It's normal to have a little bit of this hanging. It's okay. It's normal to have some rolls when you sit. Who are you comparing yourself to? Some fitness model on Instagram with perfect lighting? Like, that's not real life. Woo! Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you can place your ball or weight even farther away from your knees. Yeah, that's fun. To 12. If you're adding weight, maybe you fail closer to 8. Last set, y'all. transverse abdominals, stabilizers, weighted core. My goodness. Weighted core. This last set's gonna suck. I'm committed to it. I am very committed to that discomfort. Make sure your hand placement is where it needs to be. Elbows towards the back of the room. Fingertips facing forward. Let's just go. Elbows back, no chicken wings. Way to show up, way to slay, way to choose discomfort today. You can go do hard things. Whatever you need to do today that's hard, you can do the hard things. You just did one. Hydrate, eat your protein, eat your carbs. Hydrate, move, walk. Low impact movement outside of this workout today. Slay your day. See you next time.